All right. Very good evening, Nesa, and very good evening to Sugna, Clara, and Mala. A fantastic evening. I think with all our busy schedules and being a Sunday, definitely we are committed to giving what best we can give. And then thank you all for the wonderful presence here. So as Nesa was telling, we are talking about harmony. What exactly is harmony? We all know what it is. So let me go down to the next slide and then we can see. So today, if you look at the harmony, is basically either it's in a single line or whether it is uniform, and it can be a common factor. So you can look at very different ways if you're looking at harmony. Even if you're looking at the music part, only a music tone or the rhythm which is in harmony with the strings down there, you can listen everything beautifully, it becomes a music. But if there is no synchronization of all these notes, well balanced, and in a rhythmic way, when it is not tapped or the string is stuck, it becomes a noise. So many a times, if you look at our journey also needs to be in harmony. This is something very beautiful and very important. So in that way, if you look at what exactly we are looking at in harmony is, it's something to do with the peace, serene, being calm, feeling as one with the environment. And when we sync with that, whatever we feel in alignment, we feel harmonious. Like, for example, you go to a temple or a mosque or a church, and it's your favorite temple. What happens is you get synced with that particular place, and then you feel very nice. You would have seen many times when you visit a particular place of your choice, you will feel very happy the moment you go there. The same thing also will happen when you see a person and you love that person, you like that person, and you just without your knowledge, you respect that person. Automatically, what happens? There is a syncing automatically happen between you and that particular person's vibration. Now, this is what happens in many, if you're looking at spiritual masters, we get connected to them very easily. Now, when you get connected to them, there is a feeling of calmness. Now, when there is a feeling of calmness, what happens is it's like, when there is calmness, automatically your mind is also very free from clutter, very free from unnecessary thought patterns. So, if it is all this, what happens? You can clearly think of what exactly you want. But it is a biggest challenge for all of us that our mind cannot be calm for a single moment of it. Every time it has to think something. Every time it has to do something for us to even think or practically wandering. This is what we have been doing. Now here what you're seeing is a musical instrument called harmonium. Just this is out of the box, but still I thought it plays a very important role in connectivity to our harmonium. Now this was invented in the year 1840 and by this guy, Andre Debain in 1840 in France, harmonium. But if you look at this particular instrument, it is used in India in almost all the movies, right from the olden age black and white movies until now. Even now, if you see Ilayaraja will be having this kind of harmonium with me. Now, when you look at this particular, when the white and the black keys are pressed and when there is a air being blown through it, there is a sound produced in it. Now, the most beautiful part is when it is in synchronization, it's a beautiful music you can listen from harmony. This harmonium is one of the oldest and at the most beautiful. Today, we all have our pianos and electric keyboards, all is there. But ultimately, if the key player, the person who is playing this instrument, be it a key player or a piano or a harmonium, if he doesn't know the how to use these keys in synchronity, what will happen is there won't be a harmonious sound produced out of this particular musical instrument. If it doesn't happen, then nobody of us, none of us will be able to even sit before these people to listen to what they are playing. So ultimately what happens is we need to be in harmony with everything we do. Now, saying that, there is something very beautiful. This is all, I think we all need to be balanced, and we all need to be in alignment with the nature. The moment we are in alignment with the nature, so what happens? Everything you feel harmonious. This you would have already experienced in your life, where you go to a seashore, or you go to a river bank, or you go to a trekking in a mountain, or you go to the nature park, or you walk on a grass, and you go to a birds park. Everything natural. When you do go see natural, automatically there is a synchronicity within you, your mind, your body language, and your soul all get synchronized and aligned together, and we feel oneness with nature. Now, only problem with all of us is we all live in a concrete jungle, and then we hardly have time to go and blend ourselves with nature. But I would definitely request every one of you that we all need to go to the nature, and then we all need to blend and then see how we can be with nature. Now, saying this, very, very important, how to be in harmony. This is something very, very important we all need to understand. Now, to maintain harmony, now this is something we all need to really look into it. To maintain and restore the harmony in nature, it's important to implement sustainable practices and conserve natural resources. And the components of harmony in nature include it's a biodiversity. It's a very, very different one. And the variety of species and the ecosystem that exist in an area, and the interdependence between them. This is something very, very, very important. But you just imagine you as a human being. What are we doing? We are in fact actually clearing the jungle, the nature, and we are building concrete buildings down there. So when you're doing this, what happens? You're actually disrupting the ecosystem. You're disrupting the livelihood of basically the birds. Their nest would be there. You're actually removing the trees, and then you're building. Now, animals, they all would be actually freely roaming around in the jungle there. But the moment you start entering there, what the animals can do? They cannot go deeper into the jungle. They can go, but we are occupying the jungle to an extent where these animals don't have place to go. So finally, what happens? For food, what they need to do, they will come into the city. And then we all get so angry with the animal that it is coming and destroying. And it is trying to, eat the human beings. All these we go on blaming. But if we just look at what are we doing? We are actually destroying the biodiversity of this nature. And just because you are on the upper hand of doing anything. Like, for example, you have a gun. When an animal comes, you shoot it down. Correct or not? So what happens? We are on the upper hand of doing any wrong things, and we justify that we are doing the right thing. But an animal on the other side, God has only given the natural way of attacking us. It doesn't have any army of guns or army of people to come and shoot down us. It doesn't do that. But we are so strong enough that we all join together, and we can definitely erase off all the animal kingdom, and finally think that we are doing some big job by producing human beings. Just producing human beings, we cannot contribute to the ecosystem. We cannot contribute to the ecosystem. In fact, in today's life, if we see 80 to 90% of the human beings are actually utilizing this universal, whatever the little nature's gift it has given. We are using left and right, and we are not contributing anything back to the universe. In fact, we are a burden to the universe or this planet Earth, 80% to 90%. Now, just imagine only the 3 to 10% of the other population who are all trying to save nature, do this, do that, and then still cannot, because the biggest population is doing all the wrong things. So how can you save this earth? Nobody can save this earth. It will go for, like recently what's happening in Wayanadu in India, Kerala. There is a strong floods because of the torrential rain. People are dying in hundreds. Now, of course, we feel sad that so many human beings are killed. But when you look at the nature, what the nature sees is, hey, look, you human beings are producing left and right without even thinking of whether it is really necessary to produce or not. But at the end of the day, when you people die because of my fury, you people think that I'm doing something wrong. No, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing the right thing because the soil becomes soft because we are the one who are constructing building. There is no water reservoir separately. So where does the water go to? Water, wherever the water goes into a soggy mud, of course it will give way. Even though if it is a huge hill there, and if the water clogs in, then it just opens up. This is what nature. So we are not protecting the nature in any way. So how much are you contributing? So I think every one of us should little, in whatever little ways, produce little bit of, reduce your waste products throwing out, reduce your usage of items, whatever you want. Buy what you really want. Don't buy chumma unnecessarily just because you have the money, buy and put it in the house and ultimately you don't use it. There is a beautiful saying that anything not used for more than 6 months, you have to just give it off, sell it off, or donate it off. This is what we need to do. But are we doing? If you go to every house, there will be one big junkyard there. Every stock we are putting there. Now, what to do? That is what we are all conditioned in our mind. So at the end of the day, what is happening is we all are, as human beings, we all need to understand that what is harmony? We can actually divide this harmony as internal harmony and the external harmony. Internal is something to do within you. External is something to do with the outer. Now, outer harmony, you still can create a little bit of outer harmony. For example, I'll just give you. You have your house, so you can plant a lot of natural trees and other things, keep plants outside. That's the only little way you can do. And as far as possible, do not throw anything outside your house unnecessarily, waste products. And do not dump things outside where it is not supposed to. But if you see most of in Malaysia, we just go through like sofa sets, tables. I see a lot of people just going and throwing it out and who has to take it? The government supposed to come and clean it. They also cannot. So this is where the external, this one comes in, but the internal is all inner, ourselves. This is where I'm going to talk about. So if you're looking at by law, outside tries to maintain a harmony at all times. This is something outside. It can be climate, it can be nature's air, it can be the sea, it can be the storm, it can be water levels in the river. Everything is in balance. But if it goes a little different, then we are all getting panicked. Like what happened in Kerala, we panic. We just cannot do anything. But the nature has been balancing everything for billions of years. Now that we have exploded in terms of our population, what are we trying to do? That too with the internet facility, our journey of understanding what's happening in the other part of the world is something amazing. Otherwise, you just imagine without the internet, we were like a frog in a well, whatever limited in a newspaper, what was coming in the newspaper, we used to read that newspaper, what we used to listen in the radio, that used to listen. Other than that, nothing much. Maybe we used to listen to the world news, BBC news, and just whatever they say. We can only imagine things that it would have happened. But today, you can lively see everything with a video because in a fraction of a second, people around you will take a video and then post it on the Facebook. In seconds from US, if anything is happening, we can actually see it down here. Now, when the universe outside is maintaining, what are you doing? So this is where I come down and say epigenetic is something to do with our inner harmony. There must be a balance. You must have a balanced journey of life. That is when you can be in harmony. Now, only when you are in harmony with your own self. Now, for that, of course, there are factors affecting your cellular function. That is what we are going to see. Let me go and show you. Now, if you're looking at our cellular health, basically epigenetic is something to do with cellular. Now, cellular harmony is happening every day, 24 hours, 7 days in a week, 365 days from birth until you die. There is a cellular harmony happening inside you, which you don't know. Like, for example, you're just climbing the stair. What happens? The moment you climb the stairs, your heart starts beating, pumping faster. Why? Because you need more blood circulation for your legs because you're climbing up the stair. Now, when you're doing that, automatically your breath also goes a little fast. So you're taking more air. So this is an automatic. You're not, as soon as you keep one step on your first staircase, you don't switch on anything and tell your heart, hey, come on, now you're going to, increase your heart rate and tell your lungs to increase your oxygen capacity, and then you start doing it. We don't do that, right? Something beautifully. It's an automatic mechanism. What a beautiful creation God has done. If it is not in harmony, if, for example, you're climbing the stairs and your heart just tells you, hey, the hell with you people, I don't want to beat fast. I'm going to be like this only, means what will happen? Automatically, blood supply to your legs and all will be decreased. If your leg supply to the legs are decreased, what will happen? Your leg, you cannot even lift it up and keep. It will start paining for you. And imagine you drink water and your kidney says, no, 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 sorry, I don't want to push this urine out. You all keep the water for yourself and then keep it in your lungs or keep it in your intestine or wherever you want to keep, you keep. That is your problem. If your kidney talks like that, what will happen? Definitely you will get, it's something you can't even imagine. Just imagine that is what is harmony all about. Everything is doing their duty so very well that only you and me with a conscious mind, we are ignorant of everything happening around us, within us. We're just ignorant. So now what you need to do is you need to definitely check about your cellular function. Now, have you realized it? One cell in your body. We only realize our hands and legs and, maybe if your heart is beating, maybe you will say my heart is beating again. Other than that, do you even think of how your vision is seeing and focusing and picking up the object? How is your ears picking up the signals? Now that you're listening to me through the Zoom meeting, you still are listening, even though I'm speaking from here. It's totally how many kilometers away, but still you all can listen. Now, all this is happening. Why? Because every cell in that particular junction is doing its job. For example, your ears. If I'm speaking to you, the waves are coming out through my voice and then it comes into the mic of my laptop and then goes into the laptop. And then from there, it gets into the wireless system of our internet and then goes to the internet, comes to your mobile phone or the laptop, and then it transforms back to the voice what I'm speaking. And you understand that language of English which I'm speaking, and you're able to listen. For that, unless your inner cells in your inner ear is working, you will not be able to hear me. You'll be deaf actually. So imagine if your inner ear cells are not functioning, the hairs actually, they are the one picking up the signal, sending to the brain, and then the brain brings back the solution in the form of a message saying that this is what Dr. Prabhu is speaking. These are the words, and you understand it. How amazing. How amazing. Now, this is what is very, very important. You need to understand. But the cellular function I have put here very clearly. No way we can realize. Of course, we cannot go see inside with a microscope, say, hey, cells, what are you doing? But in the higher dimension, when we go into the higher dimension, definitely you will be able to hear, see, out of the body experience. You can see your own body, you can see your own cells. All this can happen only when you go into the higher dimension. Now, saying that, you just have to just visualize and then, see what is that. Every cell has a responsibility to maintain its structure, and it has its own responsibility to its metabolic. It has its own responsibility to throw the waste products out. It has its own responsibility to pick up the oxygen which has been put inside, and then the oxygen needs to be utilized in, and then once again converted into an ATP, and then converted into an energy, and then use it in the form of a either picking up something, but it starts with the cell. So every cell has such a responsibility. So every cell has got a cycle. So if you're looking at the cycle of a cell, it can vary from 3 days to 3 months. And certain cells, of course, it takes years for it to change. But in that way, if you look at it, a cell has to divide. So as you grow older and older, your cells cannot divide back to the same way. If it cannot divide back to the same way, what will happen? You will start aging. See, this is all about aging. So your cell has to reproduce the way it is as it was doing when it was young. Now, in that way, if you see right from the mitochondria to the cell nucleus to the cell cytoplasm to the cell nucleole, all these are all To be frank, you cannot even see with your normal eyes. You can only see with the electronic microscope and a higher magnification. And with all this, imagine scientists and our previous people who have already picked up this, and then they could see the cell and they have drawn the cell. For you and me, I just go to the Google and pick up the cell and I'm putting it here. But who drew the cell first? Who did see that, oh, the cell inside got mitochondria, cell inside got nucleoli, cell in your cytoplasm, all this, who did? Isn't that amazing innovation of human being? It's an amazing innovation. But many times when we give it very easy, we don't really value that. That is a problem with our human being. So even if your cell has to divide, the cell has to have the energy for it to divide. So when the time comes, it will divide. Now, this is where if you look at our journey of cancer cells, now, cancer cells are certain way going out of the way. It's just like in our society, there are a lot of like family members where people get into the drug addiction, right? Just go out of the way. But do you know what is the problem because of this one particular person becoming a drug addict, either the husband or the children becoming a drug addict? They are not normal. So what happens? The whole family goes through a lot of tough time, financial burden, loss of job, loss of peace of mind, loss of harmony. All this will happen. The same way in your body, if your cell doesn't get the required amount of oxygen, it will start telling, okay, you're not giving me oxygen. I have no problem. I'll start working on carbon dioxide. If it starts working in carbon dioxide, then how? That is when it starts multiplying. Atypical what is that? Multiplication will happen. Atypical means not the typical one. So automatically it will start multiplying and multiplying, and they are very, very fast. Cancer cells are very fast. They can grow just like that. So here, once it starts multiplying, you don't even know where it is. It will be just spreading its wing like no man's business. That's why you see a lot of cancer patients, they will be treated and the doctor will say, okay, fine, all very good. Now you are healed, you can go back. But after 3 to 5 years, you see, once again, the cancer has come back. Yeah, it has come back. Once again, put a radiotherapy, chemotherapy, all this. So this is where I want to give you some clues. Right from the beginning, you need to have a protocol in your day-to-day life. The first thing is be harmonious with your own self. You need to be at peace all the time. This is very, very important. You don't want the cancer cells to happen. But at the end of the day, of course, we do have challenges. We do have a tough time in our life. Sometimes business is not doing well. Sometimes income is not there. It's all okay. What I would say is, as long as you have the enthusiasm to live on this planet Earth with the fullest potential, I think this universe will bless you with everything what it has. There is no way you will feel disappointed or you feel lack in whatever it is supposed to give, because the universe is there to give. It just goes on giving and giving and giving. Only thing, we are human beings are not giving. So now once you start giving to the universe, how beautiful it will be. The universe is by itself another being. If it is a being directly, now this is where we say God. If you think God is there, then God, you do good to God back and God will give you back. Correct or not? Now, what is God's creation? This whole universe is God's creation. So what are you doing? You don't do anything wrong to the universe, what God has created. Don't do anything wrong. Don't do things which are not favorable for the environment. Don't do it. Very simple, I can tell, is smoking. Smoking is a passion for most of the human beings. Did any one fellow even think in his mind, oxygen is freely supplied in the air? These stupid guys, have they even thought of it? They're actually polluting the whole atmosphere with the whatever smoke and then reducing the oxygen. They don't understand by doing that, not only they are screwing up the whole environment, they're actually screwing up themselves as well. Because when you smoke, definitely that smoke inside going into your lungs is causing a lot of problem. But these guys will never change. Why? It is a conditioned mind. Once you're a conditioned mind, whether you like it or not, you will be just blindly walking and doing it, walking and doing it, walking and it's like a drug addict. Addiction, that's it. Addiction is something you just go on adding, 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 adding. There is no subtraction in it. That is why if you see the name of it, you are called an addict, ADD. Two Ds are there, add. That means you go on adding everything for your journey of life. But that is not favorable for you. So saying that cancer cells are very, very important in your body, it is there in your body, but you should know how to limit its multiplication. It can only be done by your sensible working of life. So now just imagine, this is another area I want to show you. Just imagine your brain connected to all the organs of your body. There are 36 organs in your body, and there are almost 70 small organs in your body, totally 70. Now, just imagine if these totally do not synchronize in harmony with their functions. How will it be for you? Now just imagine you have diarrhea. What happens? You are running to the toilet, isn't it? Now, it's not a normal situation, Now just imagine something it didn't like, something it didn't, something didn't suit for the body. What happened? You start running to your toilet 10 times when finished. After that, you can't even get up and walk. You're dead tired. But most of the time, what is happening? Your body is working very beautifully synchronized, and they don't even complain to you. They're just doing their job. What you need to do, you need to take care of them. What you need to do the right thing at the right time, at the right time. So what time you're supposed to eat, what time you're supposed to sleep, what are the ways you need to prevent the radiation through your mobile phones. You're speaking language, what language do you speak, how do you speak, are you harsh? All this play a very important. So in your own body, right from the cells to the organ, those guys are doing a wonderful job in terms of harmony. Now you with a beautiful mind, why can't you develop certain harmonious discipline in life and make your life more easy? See, at the end of the day, what happens? It's your life going to be much more easy. On the other side, chaos. You like chaos? No, isn't it? Just imagine in front of your house, 1,000 people come and go on shouting and shouting and shouting and shouting and shouting and shouting. What you will do? It's a chaotic situation. You cannot go out, you cannot drive your car, you cannot go buy groceries. It's totally screwed up, totally out. That is chaos. But imagine if the same road is very well balanced, it's in harmony. Few people come and people go, then other people come, they go, and it's all in a line. What happens? You feel very nice. You don't like chaos in your life. But when it comes up to your health, we are all chaotic. We don't follow certain principles of it. So this is where I would advise you and guide you that a lot of things without your knowledge, your body is doing, your cells are doing. You need to working at your cell level to handle your journey of life in harmony. This is what you all need to do. So saying that your mind, body, and soul in alignment, it will lead to harmony within ourselves. It's just like the puzzle, when you lock the puzzle, you get whatever figure you are planning for, the photograph or anything, will come very beautifully. The same way, every organ is doing its job in harmony. You as a human being with the full of six senses, you need to be in harmony within yourself, outside yourself, and then leave the rest. You do your job, leave the rest, everything will fall in place. Now, saying that, what is the message of the day? Today's message I want to give you very clearly is always maintain a composed mindset. That means be calm. Like just now, I was telling, what is his name? Our Nesa. I was just telling him, hey, Nesa, just 1 hour back, Nesa, I was feeling, hey, should I prepare anything? Because you won't believe, I just started preparing at 5 o'clock, this particular slides, and then finished at around 7:15, and then I started presenting it. Because until 5 o'clock, I had my patient. So I was just feeling and wanted to call up and tell, but my inner gut feeling was saying, no, today Sugna will come, Clara will come, Mala will come. It's okay. They will come. So at least for your sake, let me do something. And I did that. So now what happens is you need to maintain that composed mindset. Of course, there can be a little difference, but you need to come back to that composed mindset. Always be calm and handle every situation very patiently. This is also very important. Suppose, for example, there is no proper income generation. What happens? You'll feel a little jittery. How am I going to pay the rental? What am I going to do? All this will run in your mind. But when you're cool, surrendered in life, and then say, okay, universe, you know what to do. Show us the way and let me do. Everything will fall in. taking care of your body through epigenetic correction is an important task for her. And this is where NASA has been repeatedly telling VGC, VGC, and VGC. So this is where everybody has to uh, get back to our journey. Let know people that there is something like this, and then they also need to get into the right direction of epigenetic correction. And eating the right nutrition is also a necessity. What kind of food do you eat? Everything plays a very, very important. Regular exercise plays a very, very important role in our not only detoxification, but it also helps in toning your muscle, toning your ligaments, and giving a better edge for your lungs. All these are good things. Next comes your proper breathing also plays a very, very important role in your calming your mind. So your vibration is indirectly proportional to your mindset. So if your vibration is wider, your mind will be calmer. If your mind is working at a very high speed, your automatically vibration will be closed. That means it will be on the lower end. Meditation can assist in harmony. Now, meditation is being aware of whatever types of meditation. There are a lot of people teaching you, look into it. And finally, being in love for thyself is a pillar of vibration. It's a very good pillar, you know. And I think Nesa will agree with me that this is where we both have been. He has been seeing me, and I'm also seeing him. There's a lot of beautiful journey we both are walking through, and then this is where we are example to each other, and they are walking. It's not 1,000 people I'm looking at. Even one person. For me, in my life, if one person like Nesa is changed, and then he's walking a life, that's good enough for me. But if there are other people who are interested in changing, I would love to guide them and teach them. So you need to work on the vibration. So at the end of the day, what is happening is we all need to understand that everything plays a very, very important role in your harmony. And for that, you need to work on your beautiful level of mind and then start interacting within yourself. When your body speaks, listen to it. If there is an ache and pain, listen to it and then work on it. So saying that we all have to work in harmony within ourselves, within our surroundings, and then of course in the society, it all has to be in harmony. That is when everybody will love you, everybody will like you because everybody wants harmony. But if you look at not many of them are working towards harmony. This is where we from Golden Hands and the Epigenetic Solution, we request every one of you start looking into your journey of life, which is the most beautiful blessing of God. The most beautiful, you're all alive today. You're all alive to listen to this talk today. I'm blessed to see you all down here. And then at least I'm able to give you this message to you. So of course, from my bottom of my heart, thank you, Nesa, and thank you, Clara, Sugna, and Mala for this wonderful opportunity for today's Zoom. And over to you, Nesa. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Doctor has given a very interesting topic, spoke about harmony. So, dear participants, this is what all about harmony. Basically, is Doctor has spoken about how to being a smart consumer, how to be a wise consumer, and on top of it, you see, you're not alone. You are consist of 50 trillion cells. So it's the time for you to acknowledge it, accept it. The moment you acknowledge it, there is a tremendous transformation will happen. Your body tend to talk to you. And remember, our life is a gift from God. How do we live is the gift back to God. So the word harmony, what you need to do, accept, observe, accept, and surrender. If you do three things, is how your entire life will be harmony. So now, dear participant, now over to you. Is there any question that you wish to ask Dr. Prabhu? Now this section is for you. Is there anything that you all wish to ask?
No, I would request everyone to open the video, Nesa. At least for once, once we finish, at least we need to see everybody's face.
Exactly.
Yeah, hi to them and.
So can you all unmute your video, please? At least can see y'all.
Yeah.
Uh,
Very good evening.
Mr. Mala is there.
Yeah.
Very good evening, doctor.
Yeah, good evening. No, it's so nice when we see the beautiful faces and it gives us a harmony, isn't it? The harmonious feeling of that that laughter, that smile. It's amazing, actually. In God's creation, we are all beautiful souls, and we enjoy that smile and we enjoy that interaction. Thank you.
I guess I got no question, but I have to say a thank you, a big thank you, because I think the talk today, how you link with the harmonium to harmonious, and how it's the rhythm. It's the rhythm of the harmony, the beautiful rhythm that it is actually playing within us. I think it was a very good talk, Doctor, and thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there any other question from other
There is
side?
no question. They are
Okay.
harmony. They are in harmony.
All right. So if there is no question, I will wrap up our session with. I just wanted to share something with all. All right. Okay. So if you look at this image tells a lot of things. Okay. Why I would like to interlink this image to all of you all, because this is what our Golden Hands Epigenetic solution does to all of you. So we as a light, we are giving light to all to have a perfect health, and we are guiding all of y'all to have a proper health care and proper well-being throughout your journey of your life. With the three simple concept of recovery, reversal, transformation, only can be done through epigenetic correction. With that, your healthy life and happy life, as what doctor said just now, your harmony life will begins from this. A practical part to finding a healthy lifestyle that works for you. We assure that. That is what we adjust. We are there for all of you all in order to get a very good, what you call it, guidelines towards health. And what y'all need to do is get in touch with us. Our numbers are there, and more information available in our website. And for this, we would like to thank all of you all for attending in this week's webinar. And I'm Nesraj and Dr. Prabhu signing off for this week webinar session. So until then, we meet up again and in our upcoming webinar for next week. So thank you so much.